Hi, this is Griffin with Wayson Furniture, and today we're going to be building the Better Homes and Gardens Open Shelf Cube Storage. This is our white finish, and this product can be found on Walmart.com. Before you start, you want to make sure that none of your panels have any damage and that you have all of your hardware. If you have any issues, you can contact the number on the front of the manual and we'll get you taken care of. If everything is in order, then we can begin assembly. In step 1, we need our C, D, and 2 E panels. We'll take 12 of the plastic dowel pieces and 2 of the shorter plastic dowel pieces. We can start with these 2 shorter ones, and we're going to insert them in to the pre-drilled holes onto one side of the E panel. Just like that. Then we're going to take our other E panel and we're going to insert 2 of the longer plastic dowels into each end. So 2 and 2. Okay, next we're going to insert 4 of these longer plastic dowels into the C and D panel. Just like that. So you should have 4 long ones in the C and D panel, and then also one of the E's, and then 2 of the shorter plastic dowels in one of the E panels. In step 2, we're going to grab our D, C, and E panels that we had in our last step. We're going to position the E panel with the 4 wooden dowels in it in the front, then our D panel, then our other E panel with only 2 wooden dowels, and then the C panel. So we want to position this first E panel to where the unfinished edge is facing up. So this is the finished edge. We want this unfinished edge facing up. Then we want to stand up our D panel so that its unfinished edge is facing up as well. Slide those plastic dowel pieces in. Then we're going to grab this E panel. Again, we want the unfinished edges facing up. And we're going to slide those long plastic dowels into this E panel. Okay, and then we're going to grab our C panel. Again, we want that unfinished edge facing up. There should be pre-drilled holes there for the plastic dowel pieces. In step 3, we're going to take this assembly that we just put together and we're going to add our 2 B panels. So for these, we just want to make sure that we have the unfinished side facing up, and then we're going to insert these plastic dowel pieces into the pre-drilled holes of the B panel. So for step 4, we're going to add our 2 A panels on here. Again, we want to make sure that our unfinished edges are facing up. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this A panel on. There should be 2 pre-drilled holes on one side for these plastic dowels in the middle. Then we're going to slide that on there. Then we want to take 4 of our bolts here, and we're going to slide those into the 4 pre-drilled holes. Make sure you get it going in there. Okay, and then we're going to hand tighten with our Allen wrench. Okay, then we're going to take 4 more of our bolt 1s, and we're going to do the same thing on this other A panel. Again, we want to make sure that unfinished edge is facing up. And then hand tighten with your Allen wrench. Once you've tightened down all your bolts, you then want to cover them up with these little white caps labeled part 10. So you're just going to snap those right on over the bolts there. Okay, once you have those caps covering those bolts, you then want to take 2 of your little stickers and you're going to cover up these 2 little holes here on the A panel. Make sure you get it centered over those holes there. In step 5, we're going to take our F, G, and F panels And we're going to make sure that our unfinished side is facing up. And then on these F panels, there's going to be little pre-drilled holes on one edge that are right on the edge, and then ones that are a little bit farther in. We want those ones that are farther in on this outer edge of the unit, and we want those ones that are on the edge next to this G panel, just like how the G panel has those. So we want to line up those holes. Do the same thing on this F panel. Get those pre-drilled holes that are on the edge lined up with those of the G. Then we want to line up the corners to our unit. And you should see little pre-drilled holes. Okay, go ahead and double check both sides. Make sure that you think it's even all the way around. Then we want to go ahead and nail down where there's all those little pre-drilled holes on the outside of the unit. We're going to use our little nail holder here. Simply insert the nail into the holder. Hold it up against the unit. Nail it down, pull the nail holder out, and then nail down the rest of the way. So if you want to make sure that none of them are moving around, go ahead and, before you nail down, make sure everything's still lined up. For step 6, we're going to grab our 6 screw number 5s, and we're going to screw it in where there's those pre-drilled holes between the G and F panels. In step 7, we're going to grab our safety strap, the little screw and washer, slide that screw through the washer, and then the screw through the safety strap. Then we're going to screw it onto the top of the unit. Be sure to complete this step as it's very important to the stability of the unit. You don't want it falling over on anybody. So we're going to screw this into the top, just right underneath that nail that we just put in there. Okay, once you've attached that safety strap, then we can then stand the unit up. And then once you have this placed, you want to attach this to a wall to keep it from falling over. So we can go ahead and stand our unit up. So if you're going to stand it up like this, be sure that you attach that safety strap to a wall. This unit could also be placed on its side, just like so, if you would like it to look like that. And we now have a complete unit.